702.
Let's walk the talk on 92.7
and 106 FM.
Still at the South Africa Investment Conference, coming to you live from the Sandton Convention Centre. Buzz with activity. The President has just given a keynote address to open the conference officially, and there will be some remarks that follow that. But on the sidelines, we are speaking to various individuals, companies, entities that are also here to try to get much from this conference, to add value, to position South Africa favorably, and hopefully to also get investment for themselves as well. George Mienie is my guest. He's CEO of Autotrader. I've pulled George from his activities just to try to get his insights on the conference. What does it mean? And I'm sure you know Autotrader very well. And why are they here? George, welcome. Good morning. Hope you're good.
Very good to be with 702 again.
What are you guys doing here as Autotrader?
So we're part of the Naspers Process Group and part of the ecosystem implementing artificial intelligence across South Africa within our platform and within our ecosystem. So it's very exciting to see what South Africa is doing and the investment that businesses are making.
And of course, in the value chain of manufacturing, you play a role because you then present the finished product to the end consumer. So yours is also a very important part in the ecosystem of the car and manufacturing business.
Yes, as a digital marketplace, we bring the consumer to the cars that are available for sale across more than 56 brands in South Africa. We represent all brands of cars in South Africa, and so we amass the consumer onto our platform, give them a single destination in order to find the car of their dreams and to create possibility.
Thus far, your impressions, George, of the conference, and what are you aiming to get? What did you get thus far, your impressions?
Well, so far we've mainly listened to the President's address, which was inspiring in that there seems to be a lot of plan for investment. But more importantly, I think he spoke about action and execution and laid out a couple of areas that we've already executed in. Because plans are one thing, execution is really where the rubber hits the road.
And investment opportunities for entities such as yourself here?
Investment opportunities, investment follows capability. So the more capability the country gets and the more talent we attract, the more the country and its businesses can invest in various forms of things that make the consumer's lives easier. And that's our job. Our job is to make the consumer's life easier in searching for the next car, create transparency on our platform, help buyers and sellers to really assess at the comfort of their own home what their next car is. And that capability is exciting to see, because if talent comes into the country through investment, not only in our sector, we can leverage on that.
And I'm wondering how your sector is doing, because I know in 2025 almost 600,000 new vehicles were sold in South Africa, and that was a very interesting increase of over 15%. And I'm wondering, we've been going through some tough times, and I'm wondering if there has that has grown, that has declined, the appetite, but most important, more than the appetite, the pockets of the consumers has been affected by that. And now diesel and fuel generally, we're battling with that. How are you affected as an industry?
So as a marketplace platform and in the country that we operate in, if I can predicate this on the fact that South Africa is a car-faring nation. Because the transport infrastructure isn't quite where Europe and America is, South Africans have to drive cars. We want to drive cars. We've also 7 times the size of the UK in terms of landmass. So our destinations are far apart. So the motoring public is part of our ethos, it's part of our DNA. And so South Africa, when it comes to motor vehicles, thrives through any part of the economy. So if I touch on the economy itself and the automotive economy, in South Africa, we've seen the diesel price and the petrol price rise sharply over the last couple of weeks. What we've seen on our platform is a sharp decline in searches for diesel powered vehicles. As a matter of fact, it's declined by 12%. First time in probably half a decade.
Oh my.
Where the searches for diesel vehicles have declined. But consumers haven't declined in their searches entirely, because that has been taken up by an increase in searches for electric vehicles. Electric vehicle searches have increased by 45% over the last 4 weeks.
Whoa.
And searches for hybrid vehicles have increased by 16% over the last 4 weeks. So you can see that the South African consumer is pretty resilient. When prices of new cars go up, consumers switch to buying used cars. And the used car market is 2 times bigger than the new car market in terms of sales in South Africa.
Let's talk about the used car market, because that's also very lucrative and it can be explosive at times. Over 330,000 vehicles, used vehicles were sold in South Africa 2025. Do people just generally, does it mean that there is confidence in the pre-loved cars industry, as you would say?
This is not isolated to South Africa. Around the world, the used car market is anywhere between 1.5 and 3 times bigger than the new car market in terms of sales. Everybody wants a new car. That new car smell, you want to drive that off the showroom floor. But quite often you can get a higher spec vehicle in a pre-loved or second-hand vehicle for the same money as you would buy a brand new vehicle. And that's also been impacted by the import of Chinese vehicles. Chinese vehicles in South Africa have really hit the value sweet spot when it comes to value for money for the consumer. They build cars that are 80 to 90% the build quality of the European vehicles at about 60% of the price. And consumers today are very pragmatic buyers, and because of the investment by Prosus and Naspers into businesses like Autotrader, we're able to highlight that value to the consumer in terms of the price to value. And so we are really a pragmatic platform. We're an agnostic platform, and we serve all brands of cars in South Africa.
George, it's been a pleasure talking to you, and I'm hoping that you'll visit our studios and we'll have a very long chat, because there's just so much to ask around that. It's not just about buying cars. There are other elements of the ecosystem in the business that you're in, and I wish you the best in this conference.
Thank you.
All the best to you.
Thank you very much.
George Mienie, CEO of Autotrader. We are at South Africa Investment Conference 2026.